Are there any subreddits for people with low IQs? Hi op, I don't think there is. Why not start a sub called Life Strategies, which helps people keep up in life? No need to focus on IQ, because most people don't know theirs. Plus, strategies like this help everyone. You can ask on our Find a Reddit, but I doubt it. Also, IQ measurements are highly suspect. For most IQ tests, 85,115 is average. Some have a SD of 12, 10, and I think even 8. So check your test. A score more than one standard deviation different, i.e., outside that range, is significant, though even being in the second 7085 and 115130 isn't too unusual. ETA, as I understand it, 2/3, 67%, of people taking an IQ test will consistently get scores within one standard deviation of 100. The same person on different days could be closer to one end or the other of that range, and they're still average. If you consistently test outside that 2/3, there's an issue, or issues, you might want to address with your doctor, counselor, etc. Untreated ADHD and dyslexia can significantly impact the outcome. Psychologists here who can actually administer WISC Ways IQ testing. In fact, there's an IQ assessment kit on my dining room table right now. I'm not gonna go too in-depth. I'm just gonna give you the brass tacks. Based on what I have read from your comments and post, I am confident in saying that you do not understand IQ, nor the implication for different IQ ranges, etc. That isn't an attack on you. I'm just being blunt. The IQ score consists of multiple subscores that measure different aspects of cognitive functioning, and isn't just a single number. It doesn't measure how smart you are, it measures cognitive functioning. Now, whilst it is certainly true that higher IQ cutoffs are associated with superior performance on a range of tasks or in the workplace, this is by no means a rule. There are many people with IQ scores between above average to superior who achieve nothing in life and are practically useless. The reverse is also true. There are people who are below average. Note: cognitive impairment, disability is a separate issue. We are not talking about that go on to achieve all sorts of feats and accomplishments. You can absolutely have a boringly average IQ and also complete a PhD or any other high-level qualification if you'd like. In general, the vast majority of people are average when it comes to IQ. I recommend that you do not take online IQ assessments, as they are grossly flawed and are completely unreliable and invalid. It takes years to be able to administer and interpret IQ assessments, and they are highly structured and involved tasks. Stop thinking about IQ as a measure of smart. It simply isn't. IQ is a statistically imperfect representation of problem-solving abilities, reasoning skills, and processing speed. In simple terms, whilst your skills in those areas may vary it up and down depending on your IQ, they do not represent ceilings that you cannot move past. That only occurs when you get into ranges associated with impairment. I'm not aware of any such subreddits, though I would suggest listening to or reading the transcript of this episode of the Hidden Brain NPR podcast. It may give you a different perspective of just how meaningful IQ tests are, particularly for those who score low on the tests. https hiddenbrain.org/podcast/whyyourSmarterThanYouThink/ Subreddits about high IQ are basically a circle jerk. You're unlikely to find one dedicated to people talking about their live experiences with low IQ in a serious manner. There isn't going to be any serious bragging rights associated with low IQ. disability R, disability rights R, special R, special education. And then there might be subs for specific conditions, diagnoses for differently functioning Redditors. Seriously, WTF are all these answers? This is a serious question. That's not below average, it is average. Honestly, R, Mensa fits what you're looking for? Probably not. Because most PPL won't admit if they have a low IQ. Also, most PPL with low IQs suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect. I've never seen any. Groups that claim to be for people with high IQs tend to be a place for random assholes to jerk themselves off and pretend they're smart. They don't really exist for any other purpose than that. I wouldn't let the results of your IQ score dictate your life. Unless it is significantly below average and is an indicator of your inability to do even the most basic of things. But the fact that you made this post tells me you probably are not in that category. People struggle with all sorts of issues irrespective of IQ. I would try to think more specifically about what your struggles are and try to find subreddits that address those problems if you ever end up going to therapy. You can find in-person or virtual groups, which can be very empowering. Also, don't look for the opposite of R, Mensa. Mensa is likely comprised of a group of people who are egomaniacs and that they are determined to find validation through a meaningless number. The opposite of that is likely going to reinforce the idea that you have no ability to find meaning, happiness or success in life. And you probably won't find what you are looking for even if you do find that type of a subreddit. Nothing wholly focused, I don't think, but something like a learning disabilities subreddit or a general disability subject are also appropriate places for that. You might do well getting an outside evaluation online. IQ tests are garbage. Look for something that could assess cognitive abilities as well as executive functioning skills. If you can identify areas that are a struggle for you, then perhaps you can learn some compensatory strategies to help. I say this as a school psychologist who does these types of assessments for a living. There is help available and ways to manage difficulties. It would probably be easier to look for subreddits directly related to helping people with things you struggle with than to find a generic, low IQ subreddit. People who are just below average intelligence but not so low as to be disabled probably just don't think they're below average intelligence. I've done a lot of research into IQ, and it's basically a pseudo-science. The difference between someone with a very high IQ and someone with an average IQ is not that great. And there are so many variables when testing for IQ that it is very difficult to get an accurate measurement. I've seen lots of people get caught up on their IQ score as if it determines their potential in life. There are plenty of stupid millionaires. I'd focus less on your IQ and more on finding people you enjoy talking to and a job that better suits you. The majority of people that are below average intelligence have no idea they are stupid. Do you believe you're below average? Why so? You seem to be really focused on your IQ. If you don't mind me asking, why? Not saying that it's bad, knowing how smart you are. But hyper-focusing on it will only bring you bad times. Just my 2 cents though.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.